Good afternoon, dear students. Let us start with the second chapter of your supplementary reader today, The Adventures of Toto. This story describes how a grandfather was fond of animals. He bought a monkey named Toto from a Tonga driver for 5 rupees. This Tonga driver used to keep the monkey tied to a feeding trough. As the grandfather had his own private zoo, he decided to add Toto to his zoo. But later, because of the repeated troubles created by Toto, the grandfather decides that Toto was not the type of pet to be kept in the house. Now let us see the summary of the chapter. That was a introduction. So the story goes like this, that the narrator's grandfather loved animals. He had his own private zoo. He bought a baby monkey from a Tonga driver and named it Toto. He wanted Toto to add to his collection for the zoo. The narrator's grandmother did not like his pets, so as a result, Toto's presence was kept a secret. Toto was a mischievous monkey. Toto was kept in a little closet which opened in the narrator's room. Toto tore off author's school blazer. He peeled off the plaster from the walls. And when he was kept with other animals, even there he did not allow the other animals to live peacefully. And one day, it so happened that the grandmother, not the grandmother, sorry, the grandfather had to collect his pension from Saharanpur. So he had to take Toto along with him, and for which he had to pay extra fare for Toto. Later on, after some time, Toto was ultimately accepted by the family and he was put in a stable. You know, stable places where horses are being kept. He was put in a stable along with Nana. Now, who is this Nana? The family donkey. Toto started teasing Nana, and as a result, Toto and Nana never became friends. Once, Toto nearly boiled himself alive. And the reason behind that is that he used to love taking bath in warm water. So one day in the kitchen, a large kettle was left on the fire to boil water for tea. And Toto entered the kettle. Gradually, the water began to boil, and as the temperature of the water started rising up, Toto raised himself up and down. The moment he raised himself, he found that it was cold outside. So he sat down again. And he continued like this, hopping up and down, until the grandmother came to rescue him. If the grandmother would have not come that day, Toto would have been like a half boiled egg. But even after this, Toto did not give up his mischiefs. He tore things into pieces. He tore up the dresses of the aunt. He broke plates and utensils. One day, he entered the dining room and ran out with a plate of pulao. After finishing the pulao, he threw the plate at the grandmother. Toto really caused much loss to the family, and they could not tolerate him anymore. At last, out of frustration, grandfather had to sold Toto back to the Tonga driver. and heaved a sigh of relief. So see, there are different type of messages that we get to learn from this chapter. First of all, it also tells us, having a wild animal as a pet and the experience of having a wild animal as a pet. As we saw in the story, the narrator's grandfather brought home a monkey. The reason behind he bought is that he felt pity for the monkey. But later on, this particular monkey created a lot of trouble for its owner, and finally he had to get rid of him. Another thing that we learn from this chapter is that the main message that the chapter gives us, we we all should love animals. We should also treat them with respect. When grandfather saw the monkey with the Tonga driver, he wanted to keep the monkey in his zoo. And the reason behind he wanted to keep the monkey in his zoo is that he wanted to provide all the comfort to this particular monkey. So he bought the monkey and kept it as his pet. But being a wild animal, what did the monkey do? It created a lot of trouble. The grandfather was left with no option, and he decides that the monkey would be more happier with the Tonga driver. Even though grandfather treats Toto with love and concern, but because of the mischievousness, Toto was sent back. So the main message from this chapter, my dear students, is that about the animal rights, about the animal welfare, and about we the human being, how we must treat animals. I hope you understood the content of the story. Go through the text. Suppose in case you have any doubt, you may ask me as per your schedule. Thank you.